In the previous lectures, I showed you how you can reduce your costs and increase your profits by doing three simple things. Those three things being one, reduce your bids, two, get a payout bump, and three, simply dig through your data and cut out what is red and focus on what is green. Now, those are probably the easiest things to do because it doesn't really take further knowledge to create any new creatives. So in this lecture, what I'm going to teach you is how you could further increase your profits, or if those last three efforts or strategies didn't make your campaign profitable, then these things that I'm going to teach you in this lecture should help. So this lecture is going to be focused on actually creating or adding new ad creatives, those things being either your ad or your landing page and so on. Now, when you're trying to further optimize your campaign to increase your profits, I believe there is a ranking of priority that you should follow. So, what do I mean by that? Well, I believe that if you're trying to increase your profits, the first thing you should try testing is changing your ad or adding an ad. Second, then you should focus on your landing page and changing that up. And third, you should consider either trying a new offer or trying the same offer but on a different network. So, why is that the list of priority? Well, number one, the very first contact your potential visitor, lead, or customer has is through your ad. They see your ad first. So, your ad has the most potential to influence the most people. So you should consider your ad first, then consider your landing page second, and of course your offer last because again, the amount of visitors dwindle as they go through this three-step funnel process. It's always the most people on the ad first, then less see the landing page, and then even less see the offer. So what I suggest is again the main principle of observe first before you consider trying your own ideas, especially if you're new. I suggest you look out for what else is still working. So what do I mean by that? Well, for example, let's say you ran this fat loss campaign here. What I would do is look through the search filters again using what methods we've done previously, those filters, and see if you see any related fat loss type of products. And if you notice any themes that are different or images that are different, you should consider testing that. One thing to consider with native ads is that images, even if you're using the same headline, can have more influence. So if you see a different image that isn't just about losing fat or getting skinny, for example, this one is like a drink, but again, pretty much the same headline theme, you should consider that if you haven't already launched that. Another thing to consider is to simply look up whatever advertiser or affiliate has the ad that you launched. You should check out what other creatives they're running. So, for example, if you're running that previous image, you should use these search filters here, kind of like we do before, and the same platform, whatever it's running on, and look if there's different themes or images that you notice that he's been testing or running more often. Because chances are these new ads here, they're different, and who knows, these new tests of his could be more profitable. Now, this same principle that I shared with you with the ad applies with the landing page. So you should consider if he's running a landing page that is different than the current one you're testing, you should try split testing a landing page. So, for example, this is a health related burn fat landing page that is different than the one that we copied previously. So, you should consider split testing that as well. And one thing you'll notice is that sometimes other affiliates, even if you do see this same ad running, but it's from a different domain and a different affiliate, you should carefully look at that landing page because remember, the offer that you may want to test as the last priority could be different. For example, they could have the same ad running, the same landing page running, but they swapped out the product link and perhaps product images on that landing page. So that's the priority, and that's what you should consider when testing out new ideas. Of course, these ideas are not original yet because, in my opinion, you should observe and see what has the most potential again. And once you do find that, you can consider trying out your own ideas. So that begs the question, how do you come up with ideas? How do you do that? The easiest thing I ever learned when it came to copywriting, which is the art of learning how to write in order to sell, came from perhaps one of the greatest copywriters out there named Gary Benson-Venga. And he had a 4-step formula that was pretty easy. You talk about the problem, the promise, you share proof, and you give them an easy proposition or easy way to take action. So when it comes to coming up with ideas, I would consider writing ads that focus on one of those main elements and then testing that out. Now, if you want further input as to pretty much how that works, I do have a free course, Direct Response Copywriting for Online Business. It's free, but it's not live, or it's not shown. It's not really shown on Udemy search engines because I have it hidden. You have to request an invite for it. So if that's one thing you want to do, just send me a message and I'll send you an invite to this. And you could also kind of see older case study here with Facebook ads that I did, along with the sales letter breakdown. So you kind of get a better feel on how copywriting works. And of course, if you want to share and run ideas through each other, you could always message me on Udemy or on the Facebook group as well, or through the Q&A, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And one last thing I want to mention is that if you want to get a constant stream of potential ideas out there, you should consider running an alert. So what that will do is you can set up an alert system where you could get emailed either once a day, multiple times per day if the advertiser runs multiple stuff per day. And you could just set up searches here. So for example, if you put a specific landing page URL from an affiliate, you could get updates as to when he launches a new ad or new landing page. So I hope that helps get a feel for what kind of messages are being out there, how you can also create your own messages using a focus on one of those 4 elements I mentioned. And that should help in increasing your profits when you're coming up with new ideas. So that's all for this lecture. This is Paulo Purdue from libertyblueprint.com. Take care, and I'll see you on a future lecture.